All right, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're joining us from. We are glad to have you again in this wonderful episode of job search strategies in 2022, or for 2024 rather. So this is Mr. Ebuche Osibanito, and with me is Dr. Kafo. And in the series of what we're going to be discussing today, we'll be discussing innovative job search strategies for 2024. And our objective is to see how we can help as many people as possible to be able to land their dream jobs within the shortest time. One more time, you're welcome. And we'd like to know where you're joining us from. So please feel free in the comment section. We'd like to know where you're joining us from. Okay, and feel free to also let us know your expectations for this discussion today. And I will be the coordinator of this program. So Dr. Mike will be doing more of the discussions. It's going to be a pari passu kind of discussion. So we are all welcome. And I'll allow my colleague, Dr. Mike, to also take the floor to introduce himself.
All right, good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning and good evening, depending on which time you see the video. Welcome to our today's discussion. We hope that by the end of this discussion, we would have met a lot of your expectations. We would have met a lot of expectations. And when it comes to that, I was just a few minutes ago, I was on the call with someone, and I'm expecting her to also join this call anyway. She said she studied computer science, and I said, "Okay, tell me what you know about computer." She couldn't tell me anything. She studied computer science. She said she knows how to use Microsoft Word, she knows how to use Excel, she knows how to use Power. But I said, "Well, even me that didn't study Microsoft, I didn't study computer. You can't do all that, right?" So we'll tell you at the end of this what is expected. I mean, the expectation of the recruiter might also be that you're not meeting the expectation of the recruiter. That is why you are not being called. So we hope that at the end of this, should be able to optimize your search for a job. You should be able to optimize yourself and keep yourself at the place of opportunity. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Mike, for the brief intro. All right, so without much ado, we would like to delve into our discussion, and we would like to begin this discussion with trying to establish the objectives of our discussion today. When it comes to the issue of job search, the discussion is endless. However, we have to give ourselves a routine so that we don't exhaust all the day trying to get what job search is all about. But meanwhile, while we continue in this discussion, we'll still like to know where you're joining us from. So from here, I can see Jegede Adekunle from Plateau State. Thank you so much, Jegede, for joining us. So in case you've not given us, let us know where you're joining us from. Please feel free. Let us know where you're joining us from, your state, where you're joining us from. That would be a great one. And also, in a moment, we'll encourage you to go ahead and share this link, share it with your friends, with your colleagues, so that we can all learn together. In our last discussion around job search or around CV writing, we actually established that it's been a while. We paid attention to most of our members that are in the job search category. And it has become eminent that we also take the time to make sure that we groom them and prepare them for the job market. Okay, yeah, we understand for the fact that they are attending trainings and all of that, they get to be grown, but we need to pay more attention to them, and that's the reason why we've established this. Okay, so thank you, Joy. And it has become eminent that we also take the time. Joy Adama. Thank you, Joy Adama, for joining us from Lagos State. Okay, so Joy is joining us from Lagos State. All right. So now, without much ado, we would like to delve deep, starting with the discussion objectives. Number one, we want to understand the current job market trends and future predictions for 2024. So what is it all about? Because this information is going to give us the base line for all of our discussions. So we'll pick that one first, and then number two, we'll look at how to build a strong personal brand through effective online presence and networking. And then the last discussion will be on utilizing social media platforms like LinkedIn for job search and professional networking. So the first aspect of our discussion is understanding the current job search trends and future predictions. So I'm going to be calling on Dr. Mike. So Dr. Mike, can you weigh in on this subject, the job search trends and what the predictions of the marketplace is like right now? Okay, Dr. Mike, we can hear you.
Okay, so sorry, my mic was muted. So the job search market is not like what it used to be, where you have to carry CV from office to office. We've gone digital to email. Now, people move past the email market now. We are now in the market of much more intelligent artificial intelligence. Not just artificial intelligence, a very, very intelligent one. So that you have a place where you just feel, before it used to be from email to Google Form, but now from even the Google Form moved to artificial intelligence, whereby you fill your form for an application and getting a reply immediately. No thanks to 2020, after the COVID, a lot of companies began to cut down costs, and one of the easiest ways they could cut down costs was to rely on technology in job search. And this has also coined the kind of criteria or the kind of requirements they need from candidates. They also need candidates that can work into under supervision, because there's now work from home, hybrid work system, and all of those terms. So the expectation is much more higher. It goes beyond having the beautiful CV. Yes, that the beautiful CV is good, but you must understand the tax, you must understand the thinking and the expectation of recruiters or HR or business owners. So it has moved from just your everyday, I have a bachelor's degree, to what else you can offer other than a bachelor's degree. Like I said in my intro, that I was just also with a lady who said she has computer science and degree computer science, but he's telling that what she can do in computer is basically use of Microsoft Office. And for me, those are basic, because almost everybody can do it. Almost everybody can do that. So until such person is able to move above the bar, so maybe she's doing data analytics, computer programming, computer language, networking, and so on and so forth, all that. Then she can begin to talk about having positioned herself in the current trend of the market. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Mike, for sharing your thoughts on this, having to help us understand how the job market has moved over the time. and is also important for us to just add that in the current dispensation, we're in the midst of high unemployment and high competition in the market, and this had been caused by economic downturn, technological advancement, and globalization. All of these have affected the job market. And just like Dr. Mike said, organizations are looking ways to cut down costs. Organizations are looking for ways to get the recruitment process right. Okay, so everything organization is doing today is just to make sure that they have the best part of their engagements with the people. Okay, and then just a way of adding, there also, as part of the current job trends, also we have the rise of tech and digital skills. So what we actually used to have those days as considered as skills, Dr. Mike was saying somebody studied computer science and they're asking the person what he or she knows in computer and she can't say much. Okay, we have rise of digital skills like the artificial intelligence, cloud computing, cybersecurity, data science, digital marketing, and a whole lot of others coming in. This is part of the trend. So by the end of this discussion, actually, you're going to evaluate yourself and find out if you are actually in the current, preparing for the future, or you are already outdated. Okay, we'll also see the growth in the service industries. There is also reshaping the job market completely. We see demand for soft skills. Now we talk about emotional intelligence, we talk about critical thinking, we talk about problem solving, teamwork, communication, and the likes. And then we'll also see the rise in the informal sector. The informal sector had held a larger population of people in the labor market, and that has not reduced in any way. And then we also see trends like the youth bulge, where we have increasing population of young people coming out as graduates, and of course they are looking for jobs. So what does this mean to the job market? Okay, all of these have implications in the job market, and for you to be able to stand out in the job market as this, then you must pay attention to all of what is needed to be able to stand out. Okay, now I will be returning back to Dr. Mike. Predictions for 2024 and moving forward. What are some of the predictions you can talk about for 2024? What are the possible job predictions?
One of the things is that office has moved from an actual place where you wake up in the morning, enter vehicle, to even your sitting room. That's why you have hybrid work, you have remote work. So that's one of the trend that the prediction is not even a prediction, it's not the future of work where we are going towards.
Yeah.
If you even look at the issue of technology and digitization, we used to have B2B, that's business to business dealings. Then now we have B2P, to personal dealings to individuals. Now we even have B2C. So all these trends are coming in and going. We may even have up to one day B2Z. Who knows? So these are people. Someone can have a full-blown party without leaving his house. Your cake will be ordered in 10 minutes. Your cake is there. The chairs is there. You get an MC that will come and MC the event. All those things. These are also part of what we are where we are moving to. Also looking at, and all this is looking at technology. The trend in, I was talking to somebody yesterday, day yesterday also, or last week, I think so, last week on my friend in the US, and she was telling me how she was grumbling how a tech person is being paid. So you can imagine that how the trend is going. Then there are also on our scrum what we call green jobs. when it has to do with, I've been in that sector as well, the energy sector. Like it's coming up. There is even a innovative way of farming these days. Innovative way of farming. People are we used to know before we used to think it's just greenhouse farming, but now there's even digital farming. There are people who have positioned themselves as digital off-takers and so on and so forth. Before we used to have Southern Kaduna where you go and buy ginger and stuff like that. But now some people have created a portal that they don't even need to, they don't see the farmer, they don't know the driver who picks it up. They just go to the platform. The platform gives them a driver, give them insurance, the driver pick up, they go to the location and deliver it. Before they get there, they put in their payments. So all this is a trend. Then also entrepreneurship is also there because the truth is that the formal and structured sector is not big enough to contain everybody now, right? It's not big enough. From SME statistics, we have said the non-formal sector make up to 70% to 80% of the economy. So people are now doing things themselves, which is become a competition, of course. Creating their own job, becoming employed. And why that is a problem and it's a gain. One is it's a gain because there are more opportunities, right? There are more opportunities out there now. But competition is more steeper because even if the opportunities are there, an employer will not typically take one who does not know anything to fill a position simply because the position has been open for long. So you still have to have something to offer before you are taking. So, but I think one of the things that made very great impact is technology. Regardless of how you look at it, left, right, and center, technology is there. And we also have population demand. We're about based on the last some years ago together is what population did. I was reading statistics early hours of today, and I'm seeing that Nigeria is currently 220 million. We are among the top 20 populated countries in the world. So we are among the top 10, 20, top 20 populated countries in the world. Okay, so I don't know if my voice is better now. All right, so we are among the top 20 populated countries in the world. So that tells you that competition is higher and higher. And we also have the influx of expatriates because I've also been in that sector. We have expatriates coming up. Like before my last place of work kind of, we had about 300 something expatriates on site, on just one site, and you have we're talking about nationalization. All of a sudden, we're talking about bringing more expatriates again to cross that bar. Okay, so that's a very big challenge because as at the time we were saying, okay, let us reduce expatriates. If one expatriate will replace you to two nationals, so that's imagine replacing one expatriate to two nationals. Maybe I pay an expatriate to 3 million. Even when you get national, most likely you're not going to pay each of them 1 million. I pay them 800,000 naira. So, but these are factors that also affect job. The more, when I use the word, a new kind of technology coming into the country, there's most likely to be influx of expatriates, and many of them don't go back. From after the project, they might find another place to because even in the world today, there is also job problem everywhere. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Mike. We've talked about the the issues of job expatriates, the consistency in technological disruptions, and then energy and all of that. Now, all of these issues are to help us understand the future of market or job market trends. So whether you are an entrepreneur or you are a job seeker, it definitely tells you as an entrepreneur what kind of value you need to start looking at to create. And then as an employee or a job seeker, you should look at the kind of skills and knowledge you will be willing to add to yourself. All right. So all of these things displaying on the screen, having discussed them, the future predictions, and more of what we could say is that technology is driving most of these predictions. Technology is driving most of these predictions from focus on technology to e-commerce to green jobs to remote working. All of them are all technology driven. And even with the fact that we have immigration of expatriates, we also discovered that the expatriates we're bringing in is technology inclined. So it therefore means that there is a direction that the job market is looking out for, the direction of skills. And the direction of skills, most often, is driven by technology. One more time, you're welcome. So from the chat room, I can see Joy Adama from Lagos, General Francis 18 retired from Kaduna, Adline DK from Lagos, Fumi Vicky Zuberu from Abuja, Chidimani from Enugu, Ibrahim Abdullahi from Lagos, Ugu Josephine, okay, Chidera from Abuja. All right, so we'd like to know where you're joining us from. Thank you so much for those that have indicated. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, one thing we'd like you to do very quickly is go ahead, go share the link, invite your friends, invite your colleagues to be part of this discussion, because this is a very important discussion that we're having today. And it doesn't always come by very quickly. And our discussion is going to be very brief as possible. Our discussion will be as brief as possible. And if you have any question, please feel free to drop your questions in the comment section, and we'll be able to give you the best answers that we can. Now, just to summarize on this overview, we have the challenges that they're currently facing the job market, and these challenges have to do with bridging the skill gap, infrastructure limitation, and the brain drain. Okay, so in the skills gap, we've emphasized that there is need for technological skills and also for soft skills, especially around emotional intelligence, communication, problem solving, critical thinking, and all of that. Okay, and then on the infrastructure limitations, we have the limited access technology and reliable internet, most of them, but that has not really stopped the evolution of work. That has not really stopped it, because now more of the current job patterns heavily rely on infrastructure, technology infrastructure for them to be able to function. Like now you have the freelance work, you have the remote working, you have consulting, virtual assistants, and what have you, okay? And all of these rely on infrastructure. And we have the technology companies also doing their best to make sure that they provide us with access to these technologies, irrespective of the fact that we have little limitations around the infrastructure, is also a challenge to these job issues. Now we have the issues of brain drain. Yeah, why Mr. Dr. Mike talked about the expatriates being filtered into the country. For every expatriate coming to Nigeria or to Ghana or to any country, they actually coming to take up a work from someone. We also have the issue of immigration of skilled workers, where there is low employment rates. We have skilled workers, professionals also exiting the shores of the country and of their countries to get greener pastures somewhere else. And all of these are also affecting the labor market in its entirety. Now, we don't just look at it on just getting a job. We also look at the contribution of all of this towards national productivity, right? So all of the brain drain affects national productivity. The infrastructure limitations affect national productivity. The skills gap also affects the productivity. So while we are building ourselves, we should have that understanding that our focus is not just to get a job, but to prepare ourselves to become most productive people, high-performing people in the work environment. Okay, thank you so much. So we have from Moses Adewumi joining us from Lagos. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so one more time, go ahead, share the stream, invite someone, and make sure you like this particular presentation. If it's making sense to you, please go ahead and like it. Now, the next question, having established all of this, the next question we want to address is the question of How do I stand out? Okay, Dr. Mike has created the background of international expatriates, which had become almost like an irresistible competitor to you, because when they are coming by mostly by invitation. So irrespective of what you know, if there's an expatriate coming to your country, that expatriate stands out as an irresistible competitor in the job market. And also, she or he coming to the marketplace takes away employment opportunities for locals or for nationals within the country. So the question is, how do you stand out? How do I stand out in this hyper-competitive job market, in this dynamic job market, in this ever-demanding skills job market? How do I stand out? Okay, now I'm just going to take we're going to take a few discussions around there. Now, we will begin with a self-assessment and goal setting, which is the foundation of you being able to stand out. Okay, we'll begin with what? With a self-assessment and goal setting, which is the foundation for this. So I'm going to call on Dr. Mike again, and let's have his view. What should we be self-assessing ourselves on, and all of that, so that we can be able to stand out?
The other time we did emotional intelligence, and we talk about emotional intelligence about knowing yourself. So you look at three key aspects, which is your skill. Look at your what's that again? Your skill, knowledge, and attitude, right? Attributes. You have to assess these three things to understand first who you are, to understand where you are standing. You need to understand all that so that you can now be look at what's your strength. It's your strength that you can now use in defining maybe the industry you want to go into. For instance, if you are someone that even when you are very serious, people are laughing, you might want to look at going to the comedy industry. You are the type that when you are joking, people are falling in line, but you look at going to the military. So I'm using this kind of funny examples because they actually realize where you start to evaluate your personal trends. Then I was telling somebody that where I find myself is not a mistake, because even when I never knew anything like HR, quite all right, but I was already putting myself in that direction. I knew that I needed to work in a corporate setting. So everything I do, everything I say, I was doing it in line with that thought in mind. So that is where you are setting out your objective. But I don't believe in this thing that is when you I just say that Nigeria normally set another career. Yeah, well, that might seem true, but that does not mean that okay. I know there were three things I said I wanted to be in life, and what I'm doing now is option C. Okay, so the A did not work out, the B did not work out, and I'm doing the option C. So you have to define your goals, you have to define your career, you have to define your aspiration, and this has to do with also your we have it here on the screen, KSA, which is your knowledge, skill, and abilities. Okay, so you have to do a SWOT analysis about yourself. What are your strengths? What are the strengths? What are the things that, for instance, I've used myself. I know if you want me to trek from here to Gowalada, I have that physical strength to do it. So if there's a work that demands me being physical, I'm always there. Even when I used to work where there's elevator, I hardly use elevator. That's a personal thing. I don't use elevator. So that physical strength could actually be a strength on its own. Then we also have your skills. What are the things your soft skills or your hard skills? Okay, what soft skill do you have? What are the hard skills you have? The use of computer. You can drive. You're a personal assistant, but you can also drive. That can be an added advantage to you. Then your abilities, your capabilities. Okay, and look at your weaknesses. What are your weaknesses? Okay, are the type that is quick to temper, or need most of the times to be pushed. need to look at those weaknesses and see how you can address them. Then you examine also what are the opportunities in your field. Let's use, for instance, the engineering field. There are so many opportunities there. Look at the HR, there's some opportunities there. You can just decide to be a performance person, you decide to be a recruitment person. Okay, those are the opportunities there. But what are the trends? The trend there is that almost everybody now is going into it. So you have to stand out as well. You have to stand out. Okay, new companies are coming up. There are opportunities. Governments are making policies to help companies, to help the educational system. The opportunities, but they're also threats. Because when more people are able to go to school, they'll come out and compete against people who have been there for over 3 years. And opportunity can also be that you are young, and most banks want young people. Those are the opportunities out there. So I think these are just basic. We have other ones like branding yourself and so on and so forth, but I don't know if they are in the slide, but as we go, we'll see them for ourselves. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Mike, for sharing once again. So we've looked at the opportunities, the SWOT, and all of that. Just to add to this, now there is a self-assessment that has to start with your mindset. Okay, when you're looking for a job, or if you're in the job market, your mindset is very, very important to what comes to you or what doesn't come to you as a job. So you need to have a positive mindset and not a pessimistic mindset and not a negative mindset. We have a lot of people in the job market that tells you no job. You are searching for a job, yet you say no job. Okay, so you have to be positive in your mind. Okay, and then you also need to have some traits searching for a job. I remember when I left the university, I visited my elder brother, and then we were talking about job search and all of that, and he said something to me. He said, the problem with people looking for a job is that they don't know that looking for a job is a job. Okay, so say most people that look for the job, they don't understand that looking for a job is a job. So that means there need to be some traits, there needs to be some qualities you need to have for you to be able to get a job. And I think one of those traits is, number one, your ability to get dogged with your goals. You get to become a planner, and then you get to become dogged in the pursuit of your goals, in the pursuit of the plans. That's very, very important. And you must be open to changes. Okay, you must be open to changes as you progress in your plan and all of that. So you need some rugged traits to be able to get success in your job market. Okay, now you must also be a go-getter. Okay, you must be a go-getter. I remember when I got my first job, all right, I'm among the people that believe, like, my mindset is I don't need to look for a job. So I didn't really pay attention to looking for a job. Okay, so more of what I did was following my work plan, all right? And my work plan was that, number one, I was going to research on organizations and have a list of them. And then when it was time for me to go look for a job, instead of looking for advert, I was going to go to those companies one after the other. And that was exactly what I did. Okay, so when I was to go to this particular company, I went to Lagos, okay, and then I've had a list of companies that I'm going to visit. So I'm visiting them not with the mindset I'm actually looking for a job. I'm visiting them with the mindset of I want to find out which one is the best for me to settle. All right, and then I visited the first one. I looked at the whole environment. I said, no, this is not where I wanted. Okay, I went to the next one. Okay, till I got to the third one. I had a list, but I think by the time I got to the third one, I had to stop. Okay, and then I remember that young man looking at me and asked me, who sent you? Okay. So that's about, number one, having a plan, and number two, being dogged with your plan. And of course, you must be ardent in your learning. Okay, you must be a value-driven person for you to be able to drive your goals, especially when it comes to job search. Okay, and Dr. Mike has already established that you need to define your career goals and aspirations. Most people just want to work on anything, virtually anything. So can you be an assistant? Yes. Can you be a secretary? Yes. Can you be a HR? Yes. Can you be an engineer? Yes. Everything, every role, they are suitable to every role, but that's not good. That doesn't show a path that can or that is clear enough for you to follow. So you must be definitive in your goals and aspirations, okay? And I believe as we go on, we'll look at some of the examples and how you can craft a personal statement that will guide you in your career. And you have to be definitive on your job roles. You have to be definitive of the kind of industries you want to work in, because this will help you channel your energy and help you focus on the right places that you want to get to instead of running from pillar to post trying to get a job. All right. You must be definitive of the kind of organizations. You must have an ideal avatar of the kind of organizations you want to work with, because this is very, very important. Okay. And Dr. Mike has also pointed out around your case is, okay, so Dr. Mike is a HR professional, okay, and I'm also a HR professional, licensed HR professional at that. Now, when organizations are hiring, the first thing organizations hire, they hire your KSA before they hire your physical existence. Before they hire you as a person, they would have hired your knowledge, your skills, and your abilities. And in all of your knowledge, skills, and abilities, those competencies are broadly divided into two. You have your behavioral competencies, and then you have your technical competencies. So the first of all, hire your behavioral competencies before they start talking about your technical competencies. So when you do a SWOT around yourself, you want to look at your key differentiating knowledge, your key differentiating skills, and your key differentiating abilities. Now, by the time you do a KSA review of the current job market, you want to find out for yourself, are your skills, your knowledge, your abilities, are they up to date, or you need to update them? Okay, because some of us are still working with the mindset that I'm a graduate, I have a degree, I have a HND, or I have equivalent, I have master's, I have PhD. Those things are not the concerns of the current job market. What the current job market is looking at is applicable skills, applicable knowledge, applicable abilities. Those are the things they are looking at, because everything is tilting towards performance. Everything is tilting towards bottom line. Okay, no organization is willing to give you money for free. They are only giving you money as a return on investment. For every salary paid is a return on investment. Okay, and I need you to put that in the comment section. I just need you to put that companies pay you as a return on investment. Okay, just put that in the comment section. Companies pay. Salaries are tools of measuring returns on investment. So I need to put that in the chat room. That companies pay because it is a proof of return on investment. When there is no return on investment, they are definitely going to sack the person. Okay, they are definitely going to sack the person. So when you take a look at your KSAs and then you begin to position your SWOT, okay, your strengths, look at your KSAs. Do you have differentiating knowledge? Do you have any professional certification? Practicable one, not ones you bought, right? Because people buy professional certificates these days. So look at your education, your professional certifications, the workshops you've attended, the online courses you've attended. How do they differentiate you? Okay, you put all of those in your strengths, okay? And then you look at your skills, practicable skills, your technical skills, your soft skills, your leadership skills, your emotional intelligence skills, and all of those, you also put them as part of your strengths. Now, you look at your abilities, okay, your abilities, and then also find out what abilities do you have that differentiate you from others in the market, because you must have a unique differentiating factor before you could be considered as a person of value in today's marketplace. And that's very, very important. You have to be considered as a person of value. So when you do your SWOT analysis, you want to rate yourself on the skills. Now, what are the skills needed in the job market of today? Okay, so I'm going to call Dr. Mike back. So we quickly review the skills needed in the job in the job of today, the marketplace of today? What are the skills? And then you can then begin to do a review of your skills with what has been mentioned. But before we come into talking about this, we'd like you to take just a minute, help us type in the comment section, what do you think are the skills of the job place of today? What do you think are the skills needed in the job place or in the marketplace of today? So we'd like to see that in the comment section. All right. So I'll be calling on Dr. Mike. Let's just look at it. What are the skills of the jobs of today? Okay. Maybe we'll look at the dimensions of the jobs of today and then the skills necessary for them. Okay, so what kind of jobs are needed today, and then what kind of skills are the most needed in the marketplace today? Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. I think regardless of the job now, there are skills that are very primary, considering what the future of job has given us, the trends. And one of them is digital literacy. Digital literacy is very important, how to use even a common smartphone. Some of us don't even know that we can use our smartphone to document. I had to download, for instance, Excel on my phone, download Microsoft Word on my phone. So if I want to do very a quick document, I can quickly, when my laptop is not closed, I don't have to be like, when I get my laptop, I'll send what. Now I'll just use my Microsoft Word, do what I want to do, you know, format it the way I want to format it, and I send out. Okay, so digital literacy is very important. Some people don't know how to use email, don't know how to attach documents. Yeah. People don't know how to use attach file on LinkedIn, for instance. People don't know how to use do all this. That on LinkedIn, you can upload a file, you can send someone your CV through LinkedIn. So all this, how to use computer. People don't know that these are basic elementary skills for any job today. Another skill again that is needed across board is data analysis. Even if you're an administrative person, for instance, you manage pool vehicles, you manage office consumables, you need data to analyze that the Omo or detergents finishes faster than the liquid soap with your how you analyze the trend. You can see from your chart and everything that, okay, this one in every 21 days we need to restock. You need to create your reorder level. You need to measure the hour meter, the hour meter of your vehicles, how they've traveled, the fuel consumption. So all this boils down to what? Data analysis. And one of the most simplest tools of that data analysis is Excel. Excel. It is the basic of all. We have SQL, we have Python, and so many other ones. It's the basic of all, Excel. But a lot of people don't know it, a lot of people don't have it. A lot of people say that's a big deal. Okay? Then look at, for those into digital space, you need to know coding and programming, how to code and program. May I tell you most graciously that Mr. Benito managed most of the digital issues of the institute, except it's a very high digital stuff. So this is him now knocking off somebody hiring a programmer, whether on freelance or on whatever. But the fact remains that he has used that's his knowing skill to reduce cost. Then we also have ability to use your soft skill very well. There are soft skills that you need to know. Networking. How do you network? There's a general saying that your network determines your net worth, right? How do you network? How do you leverage on people? How do you leverage on people you meet? Or are you the type of one-off person? No, I'm not good. My kind of person, I'm not good in keeping friendship. I'm not good in saving numbers. Check up on people. We said this during the emotional intelligence. So how do you use your network? How rich is your network? Negotiation skills. Yesterday, we closed out a deal, though we are still waiting for payment. But there's already an agreement on that, okay, we are going to pay the amount that you've quoted. It's negotiation skills that you use. So you need to sharpen your negotiation skills. You need to sharpen it. You need to sharpen it. Also, visibility is also a skill you need to keep. I will just be on my own. I'll receive a message from LinkedIn and I need you for so thing. I want you because I've created a unique identity for myself. I have a skill. I have a particular experience. But how I market the experience is a different ballgame entirely. There are so many people that have that same experience. It was recently I found out that I have also another colleague that has a similar name like my name. Difference is that there's a D in his name. Say D Oga HR and the spelling is different. But the pronunciation is the same. I just got to know recently, well, he said he has been following me for over 2 years. Okay. So how come I have that more brand visibility than him? You have to increase your personal brand. You have to sell yourself. You have to optimize yourself. When you're going to look for a job, look yourself like Grace International Nigerian Limited, for instance. That's how you are supposed to see yourself. See yourself as a limited registered entity. See yourself as a business entity going to partner with another business. Don't see yourself as someone who is just, I don't know how they say, anyway, any job you give me now, I can do it. Communication is also very important, both written and verbal. Not just what you say, but how you say what you say is also very important. If you cannot communicate very well, if you cannot communicate clearly, you may not even be able to land yourself a job because you first have to convince the recruiter. You have to convince the recruiter why you should be employed before they're even looking at whether they should even employ you. Yes, you have to first convince the recruiter that you are good. And do that by communication. I always say that interview is the best, is usually is a challenge of the bestseller. Whoever is the bestseller wins. So you have to convince me. Don't come and tell me I will learn on the job now. No problem, I will learn on the job. See, even when you learn on the job, it's not something that should be spoken. It's something that should be spoken. You can say it in a very subtle and you cannot say it, but you've said it. Okay? So I've talked about negotiation, communication, written. And under the communication, you also have to know how to write. When they say to draft a memo, how do you draft a memo? I see some people when they are chatting on chat, WhatsApp groups, they are using abbreviation. And that was how 2 years ago I received an application letter that the person abbreviated everything. I had to, out of curiosity, typically me would have just shut it down and deleted, but I printed it out. I wanted to understand what this person is writing. How can you write an application letter you are abbreviating? It's not done. How do you communicate with professionals? So also use those are skills that you should have. Okay, we'll talk about digital literacy, right? Personal branding. What have you again? Let me see. Research is a skill. You have to know how to make research. Research about the opportunity you are going to. Research about your industry. Research about your field. It's a skill that you need to develop at this stage because even looking for a job is a job, and it means that you need a skill in doing it. So let's just stop it. There are so many other ones. Mr. Beto can throw light on it.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Mike, for sharing. Okay, so Dr. Mike had given us a list of the skills. Now, there is something I observed from all of these skills, and my observation is that almost 99% of the skills of today are around IT, digital based or IT based. So he spoke about digital literacy, and by digital literacy, we mean your simple ability to use IT tools like your Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. Now, it doesn't really stop there. Even you now go as far as using the cloud-based services of Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Forms, Google Sheets, and all of that. Okay, so whether it's Google or WPS or any other one, you're expected to have those little skills, right? Now, there were times that when if you had Microsoft Word skill, you were like a hotcake. But now, if you don't have Microsoft Word skill, like the basic literal skills, digital literal skills, you are gone. All right, you're definitely gone. And he mentioned also with your phone, what can you do with your phone? So this is very, very important. He mentioned data analytics too. That's an area that whether you are an admin staff, you are an engineer, whatever position you are, you're a medical doctor, you're a pharmacy, it doesn't matter. You must be able to make use of data because we have finally come to the data-driven world, and everything we're doing is data-driven. Things like artificial intelligence had made it obvious that you can now access data with ease. So why won't you want to learn about that? Why won't you want to upgrade about that? He also mentioned about things like programming, coding, software, coding, all right? Now, I've said it severally that with time, coding, programming will be like what Microsoft is now, because there are different platforms, different tools trying to simplify these things that were once complex. Okay, these things that were once complex. So with time, if you don't know how to build a website, it will be like you are missing. If you don't know how to build an app, it will seem like you're missing. Now that you have the time to learn, it's better you take the time to learn. All right, that's just the things we are advising. Of course, Dr. Mike has talked about the soft skills, communication, problem solving, critical thinking skills, marketing skills, sales skills, negotiation skills, research skills, and all of that. Emotional intelligence skills, leadership skills, and all of those things. These are very, very important. And now, why those skills are there, I'll repeat again, the skills of today are IT-driven, technology-driven. So we must position ourselves to be in that light. So the question here now is that if we're to assess ourselves, can we rate ourselves on a scale of 1 to 5? How ready we think we are for the job of today? How ready we think we are for the job of today? So in a scale of 1 to 5, can you rate yourself in the comment section? Now we will be faster so that we can round off this section on time. Please, in case you've not liked this discussion, go ahead and like the discussion, and we will move on. Now, in case you've not shared it, feel free to share it with your colleagues. Don't mind my video moving up and down on the screen. I just want it to be on the better side so that it doesn't obstruct the information being shared. Now, I'm going to quickly run through this, and then I will bring Dr. Mike in so that he can share some experiences regarding LinkedIn, okay? Because LinkedIn is one of those platforms that you can use to build very strong personal brand, all right? Now, Dr. Mike keeps saying sometimes he stays and then he gets information from LinkedIn and all of that. So you can actually be you can have a stress-free journey to your job if you understand some of these basic technology tools. Now, it's not only for job seekers. If you are, whether you're a job seeker, you're a career person, you're a consultant or not, it doesn't matter. You have to understand this premise of branding. Okay, now, whether it's personal brand or corporate brand, the same principles apply. All right, so I'm just going to go through this little right up on the screen, and then I will invite Dr. Mike to share a brief with us on LinkedIn, and then I will just summarize some of the aspects, and then we'll move on. Now, he kept talking about branding. Okay, Dr. Mike keeps talking about branding, personal branding, and how you can make your personal brands work. Okay, now the truth is, if you want to excel, if you want to distinguish yourself, if you want to create a value for yourself in this era, you must have a strong personal brand. You must have a strong personal brand. Okay. What are you representing and what are you standing for? What are you selling? Okay. Anytime I had the opportunity to talk to career persons or talk to those seeking for a job, the question I ask is this: if you were to be a product, what value will you carry? Okay, if you were to be a product, what value? Let's assume you are Maggie, or you are Egusi, or you are Gary, or what difference, what quality will you carry? What value will you, what will make the difference? Of course, we need to understand that question is not rhetorical. That question is actually a real question, because we all are deliverers of products. We deliver products, we deliver services, and also we are on our own a composition of products. So as you are, what is your unique brand? Okay, what's your unique brand? And as I pointed out before, most of us say you can work as assistant, you can work as secretary, you can work as HR, you can work as IT specialist, you can work as an engineer. Any work that comes, you can. Okay, but to make a differentiation, okay, you must learn to position yourself in a particular way, okay, for you to be able to make the difference. So if you want to be seen, if you want to be visible, and you want to have relevance online, then you must, not that you should, not that you may, you must have a personal brand. You must have a personal brand. So you hear Dr. Mike talks about Oga HR, SME doctor, and all of that. So he has two brands associated with himself. So when you want to talk about HR, he's there. When you want to talk about MSMEs, he's there. Okay, so those are the two areas he has branded himself. And I think in Nigeria at the moment, if you want to deal with HR matters, or if you want to search on Google today about HR professionals, his name should be among the first, the top 10 to come out, okay? Because why? He has created a strong personal brand. And I'm sure he will feel free to share with us as we progress. Now, it therefore means that developing your personal brand gives you the opportunity to sell value through relevant stories. So what are your stories? How relevant are they? Those are the things that will be shared from your brand. Okay. So I'm just going to take examples of some compelling brands or personal brand statement. Okay. So you see, this person is a marketing professional, and his personal brand statement reads something like, I'm a dynamic and result-oriented marketing professional with over 5 years of experience in digital strategy and brand management. My expertise lies in creating innovative marketing campaigns that drive engagement and growth, leveraging data-driven insights and creative thinking. As a natural leader and effective communicator, I excel at building strong relationships and fostering collaborations within teams. My passion for continuous learning and adapting to new trends makes me an ideal candidate for organizations looking to elevate their brand presence and achieve ambitious business goals. Look at this brand statement. So when you go to LinkedIn, you go to About Me, you see people putting their brand statements there. So in your own brand statement, what do you put there? Okay. I remember a friend of mine those days that YouTube came out, Facebook came out newly. You know, when you open YouTube, it will ask you what is in your mind. Okay, what is in your mind? So he said, for any time he opens Facebook and he sees that question, what is in your mind, he will just type nothing. So he kept posting nothing. Okay. See, somebody had to reach out to him and say, why do you keep posting nothing? He said, yes, now. That's anytime I open Facebook, they will ask me, what is in your mind? So I say nothing. Okay. So in the place that you have About Me, you have the opportunity to craft your brand statement in the most compelling way that anybody that comes around reading that want to get to have something to do with you. All right. Okay. So I will take another example there very briefly. And this is this for a software engineer. He said, as a dedicated software engineer with a passion for developing scalable and efficient solutions, I specialize in full stack development and cloud computing with a proven track record of leading cross-functional teams and delivering high quality software products. I thrive in fast-paced environment where innovation and collaboration are key. My ability to translate complex technical concepts into user-friendly applications, combined with my commitment to continuous improvement, positions me as an ideal candidate for companies seeking to drive digital transformation and achieve technical excellence. This is a very strong brand statement, and this person can use it on his or her LinkedIn profile. All right, and drive engagement and drive attention. Now, getting into action of all of what we're talking about, you have to have a practicable worksheet for you to be able to drive your goals and your objective. Now, your action worksheet or your practicable worksheet should be able to exemplify your strengths and your weaknesses. Okay, so you should be able to know your top strengths and weaknesses and areas of improvement, because when you get to an interview, this question of can you introduce yourself, you want to focus more about your strengths, okay, and talk less about your weaknesses. All right, and that's where your personal brand statement, you can call it your personal brand statement, or you call it your elevator pitch. Okay, whether you call it your personal brand statement or you call it your elevator pitch, they all represent the same thing. All right, so you have to have a worksheet that is going to detail your strengths and weaknesses, and the essence of all of that is for you to see how you can focus more on your strength and focus less on your weaknesses, so that you can talk more about your strengths and talk less about your weaknesses. And then on your worksheets also, you need to have your career goals worksheet, where you have your short-term goals and your long-term goals, and then your ability to specify your industries, your roles, your organizations that you want to work in. And then you have your SMART goals worksheet. Okay, your SMART goals worksheet, for those of us that are still submitting applications. So if you have applications to be submitted per week, what number of applications to be submitted per week? I remember those days that we used to look for job. We give ourselves a target. Okay, so you research companies' emails, you research companies' addresses, and then you say, okay, this week I'm sending 20 emails, 5 physical contacts. I'm sending 10 emails. So you do that, and then you follow up on them, and you have metrics to measure the impact, or to measure the level of what you're doing. Okay, so that's very, very important for you to track all of these things. Okay, like Dr. Mike rightly said, in this time of information technology, everything about job search has changed. All right, everything about job search has changed. Every now and then in my office, I get calls of somebody asking me, do you need this service? Do you need that service? I get tons of emails, people sending me email, HMO, emails, insurance, emails, projects, emails, all several kinds of emails on courses and all of that. Okay, and all of what they're doing is what? Is trying to use smart worksheets to get results. All right, so you too can also apply the same thing to be able to get your results. Okay, so I trust we are all learning something, and like I said, I will be inviting Dr. Mike to share with us on utilizing LinkedIn for job search and professional networking, because that's one of the most creative ways to go these days. Thank you so much, Dr. Mike. You're welcome.
Okay.
And also, before Dr. Mike comes in, please make sure you don't go anywhere. Make sure you share the stream, invite someone, and let's see your questions, your comment in the chat room. Okay, so in the comment section. So I Jonathan Simon from Abuja, thank you for joining us. Then I have Ofodile Gloria, thanks for this platform. I did accounting in school. Please, how best can I transition to HR? Okay, so we'll answer the question in a moment. Let's just get all the questions, and then we'll answer them in a moment. Thank God that you are speaking with HR professionals, so I'm sure we'll be able to guide you a little bit. Okay, feel free to like, share, comment, and let's have your questions. And feel free to also get your friends involved. All right, thank you. Let's get.
Okay, so thank you all my followers. I can see many of them here: Jonathan, Bethel, Moses, Josephine, Ibrahim, Chidima, Fumi, Joy. Thank you all of you for coming around. All right. Yesterday, I was chatting with somebody and she was like, how did I get my LinkedIn to get up to 15,000 followers without using LinkedIn optimization? And I was like, I don't know. I was just I was just doing what I know how to do best, just being myself. And and that was how I got to 15,000. That was how I got to 15,000. There was nothing special I did. There was nothing special I did. And there's nothing special that is required from you when that question comes. You're saying, what should I? There's nothing special you should do. Okay, but before I go into that, I want to just quickly share my screen. Mr. You just hold on. I really need to um, share my screen. I really do need to share the screen. Okay, okay. This now I want to share. Just just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. I think I can't find it. There is okay. I can see the image now. There's this image I sent to my screen yes to my laptop yesterday, and it's just from what the last speaker said, and I want us to just look at this. So I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. So just look at your. Can you see the screen? Good. Good. If you can see the screen from the chat room, from the YouTube, just type 11. You can see what I just posted on the screen. Okay, so I got this yesterday, and I told the person that I can't push this kind of CV to anybody. I can't push this kind of CV to anybody. Okay, so let me see if I can. I know people cannot see it. Let me. I think this is big enough. Okay, so the concern is here. But this is where I want us to focus. You can see here, you can see documents, you can see customer, you can see HR policy. And I was like, what are you saying here? You've not said anything. I'm only seeing a graph that I don't know how you arrived at it. It's one of my posts I made that anything you do, you have to be methodological, right? You have to have a process to achieve the result. You can't just put this. How do you arrive? How do you gauge this? How do I know how you got this? What are the parameters? And many of us have this kind of thing. This person is a dynamic HR manager for crying out loud. It, when you cannot tell me how you arrived at getting this, what do you call it, these charts. Now, away from the chart, you go to you go to you go to these areas of expertise and competence. You see regulatory compliance, recruitment and training. You see teamwork, reporting, and so on. These things does not mean anything. It means nothing. Inventory management. If you have like something like this in your CV, please just pick it up. It's better if you ever have skills or areas of this that you have in this particular. That's why it's not even ATS compliance, but I can see the background. It has a background which look like an image. So in our last conversation on this, we told that CV should not have image, except maybe your picture, and that is when it's requested for.
So, but this should come in the form of sentence. Knowledge, I am knowledgeable about regulatory compliances and this, that, and labor law. I'm able to provide solution on employee welfare to increase productivity. Can you see that it makes difference? Look at the place where she wrote revenue maximization. Through some policies and this, we're able to provide solution to reduce cost, thereby maximizing revenue, increasing revenue and maximizing profits. So let me just draw your attention to this before we go on the main conversation of your LinkedIn. Okay, so you can share the screen now. You can share the screen back now. On the LinkedIn optimization, how do you create visibility? How do you create your visibility on LinkedIn? What should you do different? What should you do differently? I don't think there's anything, like I said before. Part of the things you need to do is to ensure that your LinkedIn represents you well. Okay? Your LinkedIn represents you well. Starting from your intro, just below after your name, you will see something describing you. I wish I could go to my own LinkedIn now. You see something describing you. Okay, for those who can also do that, I can go to my LinkedIn page and just take a look at it now. Looking at my LinkedIn page, you can tell that I'm a HR person. And in the HR, there is where I am major. All right. So it comes just below your LinkedIn profile picture. It is called the headline. Okay. So from that, I should be able to see if you are a HR, and if you are a HR, are you a recruiter? Are you a performance person? If you are an admin, what kind of admin? Is your executive personnel, you're a sales personnel, or you're a brand person? Then you should have a good clear photograph. If you have a very good phone, good and fine. If you have a phone with a good resolution, have that. But if you don't have, go to studio and have a good studio picture. Avoid picture that is showing, I'm not asking you to pretend, but avoid picture that is showing an untidy environment. Okay? Then, in the section that is about, at that session, it tells a summary about you. There's like an executive summary about you. I should be able to see everything I need to know in a short sentence about you. How many years of experience you have, just like it's a little bit bigger than your career summary, your CV. In fact, that is your career summary being expanded, because that one gives you opportunity to talk up to 2,000 words. The 2,000 words or 2,000, I think 2,000 words. So you can express yourself as much as possible in that particular place. Express yourself. Then you talk about the experiences. What are your job experiences? Don't just list like what we saw here. I don't want to go into detail of the job where the person has worked, or the job experiences because of where the person has worked. Talk about things you've done. Use measurable matrices. If you say that employee was satisfied 95, they're satisfied 95%, you can in that tell them that using employee survey and the kind of survey, employee satisfaction survey, I was able to arrive at saying that employee satisfaction was 85% within so period of time. That is, you see some CP, the market has said that and the bank made $3 billion because of their marketing skills. How do I know it's because of your marketing skills, that the bank made $3 billion? How do I quantify your input? When it's not measurable, you become either you're lying or you're just trying to mislead the recruiter. And I tell you, most recruiters don't like that. Search engine optimization. Search engine optimization. What is that? That is using keywords. If you go to any of my posts, even the post I made this morning, you see I'm using hashtag. I use hashtag with the keywords. What if you use that? People within that field, if I'm addressing job seekers now with hashtag seekers. When I'm talking about bank and HR in banking now, hashtag HR, hashtag banking. When I'm talking about mining, now hashtag mining, and so on and so forth. The keywords. So same way, highlight your key skills. Hashtag it. So it will be seen and known. The more you hashtag, the more there's tendency of your post going. For example, if you just go and type, if you just go and hashtag Oga HR, for instance, hashtag it even on Google and see where to take it. You take it to my page because that is the most used hashtag in all my posts. So you have to find a way to brand yourself. There are some keywords I know that when you hashtag, it also take you to my website because I've been writing on that recently. And that is where you see some people having what they call top voice on professional development, top voice on sales, top voice on writing, top voice on coaching, top voice on leadership. Let your skills be spelled out. Let your skills be strong. Let your skills be visible. Then get people to recommend you. Get people to recommend you. Colleagues. The beauty about the recommendation is that it doesn't have to be your superiors. Your subordinates can recommend you, your colleagues, and also your superiors can recommend you. So get that recommendation, even if you're a business person. When you finish doing business with people, ensure you get recommendation. That's what they call review. Connect strategically. There was something I did last month. Anybody I have a mutual connection, I've never sent friend requests. Let's say a year now, I've never sent anybody connection request. Nobody till last month, except I know you one-on-one. Like I'll be like, okay, let's connect. So last month I started doing, I call it strategic connection. Anybody I see that we are having up to 400, 300, I say with 300 connection, mutual connection, I will send you a connection request. Because for me to be having up to 300 connection with you, your family, I started sending requests to people. All right. And that also boosts my visibility. That also boosts my visibility. Now, I want you to get your LinkedIn profile and drop it on the chat room. Let me take a look at it. Drop your LinkedIn profile in the chat box on the YouTube. Get your LinkedIn profile and drop in the on this chat so that I'm going to take a look at it and see where you may need to optimize. All right. Engage your network. Engage people. Get people engaged. Don't just come read and go and be like, I don't like posting. No. Share your thoughts on what people say. Don't go and say, what is that in the people? Nice write-up. Thanks for sharing. No. Get your perspective about what that person has also posted. No matter how awkward it may be, no matter how odd it may be, it may bring another kind of conversation, even if that person is an authority in that field. When you keep doing that, you become noticed. You become noticed. Like and comment. Comment. And when I mean comment, don't go and comment impressive write-up. When I see people comment that on my write-up, the best I do is to like. But when you make a comment, I engage you. And when I'm engaging you, my followers will begin to follow you, including recruiters. Recruiters are seeing what you're commenting. Then share posts. When you see someone that's having a meaningful post, share it. And don't just share with your thoughts. Share with your comments. People like other people to share their posts. Share with your thoughts in it. Join relevant groups. Post in the groups. Engage in conversation that is happening in the groups. Don't just be and don't just be in a group and without knowing what without participating. In fact, one of the things I also do, talking about groups, one of the things I also do that when I make a post on LinkedIn, I take the link and I share to WhatsApp groups for people to also engage on the post. Set up job adverts for positions that match your criteria, location or industry. Maybe another day we might do how to do all of those, but if you go on LinkedIn, go to the job area of LinkedIn, if you ask whether you're a recruiter or you are a job seeker, set up jobs that suit you so that every time you're getting job updates that suit what that suit your skills, your location, and your industry. Use LinkedIn advanced search feature to find job listing and recruiters, filter by companies, level, and lot more. So when I hear people say they are not entry jobs, I just laugh. It's because they've not really used the filter feature. Follow companies you're interested in. For instance, I'm more of the blue collar industry. So I follow the likes of their Dangotes, their Boa, their Lafarge, African Steel, African Industries, so many other manufacturing companies, African Flour Mill Nigeria Limited, and so on and so forth. Flour Mill PLC, sorry. Comment on the post. When the company make post, comment on it. I also follow oil and gas companies, Rain Oil, Erano, Eternal Oil, and so on and so forth. Share content, post articles, post updates. Updates we're asking you to post. It's not updates on when you are drinking beer. Update on what you are doing. Update on how you are growing professionally. Update on the two things that you've learned. When I learned about B2B and B2P and B2C, when I learned about the day I read about it, I understood it. I went on LinkedIn and I posted that I have learned this. And somebody engaged, someone that is into B2B said, now, can I come and teach about it? I said, no, not yet. Okay. So imagine if it's a skill that I know, let me just right now that I've understood performance management. Then, and someone asked me, I'll say, yes, I can. Write article, there's a platform, there's a place in it, let's make a writing article for free. Participate in discussions, share, comment, offer your thoughts. Okay, offer your thoughts on have people you also follow very well. People that comment often, follow them. And I don't comment on their post meaningfully. There's something I do most when I see people that comment on my post and I see that they've done it dedicatedly. Once they make posts, no matter how the post is, I will reshare it. In fact, by even me commenting on their post, everybody in my network is seeing what are the person's post. Use email for those that have premium accounts. Reach out to people. When you have a premium account, it helps you to be able to reach out to recruiters directly, top industry executive, and also get some free lectures. Okay. So if you have the opportunity to do that, use it. But the advantage also is that I'll see some people who don't have much people connection on LinkedIn, they are using email. And when you, who is not using email and using premium, try to reach out to them, I can't reach out to them. So it also have their pros and cons. Networking events, attend LinkedIn events and webinars. That's where you meet top industry experts. Ask questions. Participate in these events, right? It's a great way to learn within your industries and within your sector, within your field, within your course of study. Because it's not only about working, even as a student. I know some students that are on LinkedIn that are partaking in almost everything and their profile is already there and their finishing school job is coming for them. LinkedIn is also a place where you can use that can prep you for interview. You can use LinkedIn to understand. Those is what I do is that if a company is I'm trying to work with a company. Excuse me, I go on Deraland, I go on Glassdoor, and I go on LinkedIn to look for their staff and review. LinkedIn, I go to and get their staff and begin to engage their staff. I will engage their staff. From engaging their staff, it will give me a thought to give me the kind of what I should be expecting. Follow recruiters, know who is recruiting, and follow them. And that thing, it's just me, but I find it very irritating. It's not on this slide, but you just feel like someone is a recruiter. You go to the person's inbox and start talking and just dumping your CV. All of those. That's not the way to go. I'm sorry for coming to your privacy. You know it's wrong. Why are you coming? You can just engage publicly there. With time, you can build friendship with the recruiter. You can build friendship. Not just someone just accepted your connection request. You send connection request to a high-profile person. Person accepted your connection request. Then you're coming that it has been long connected, and yeah, this person, you're a marketer, you work with this bank, you work with that bank, that you can do this, you can do this. See, who told that person don't have other people that have been in his or her DM waiting for him to help him or her to get a job? Why should I just help you that is coming today over somebody that have been asking me to help him or her? So don't just bulge into people's DM and begin to do your cold market. So this part of the world, it doesn't really go well like that. So of course, and what happens? People just keep quiet. They will ignore you because there are so many other messages there. Another one I also find very funny. You see somebody on LinkedIn, for those that don't want to, also sell themselves. You go to someone's LinkedIn and you are typing good morning, waiting for the person to come and reply you good morning or good afternoon. Just use salutation, say what you want to say. Yes, be expecting that a reply will come and you close. When the person come online and sees it, he or she can now reply. But when they're saying good morning, the person not reply, come the next day again and say good morning, person not reply, come 2 days later and say good afternoon, person not reply. Are you not tired? So, role creation, study the profile of individual in the roles you're interested in. Identify common skills and experience that might help you. So, if you want to go for an interview in BOA, for instance, you can, in their corporate service department, you can get it and look at, okay, those who are corporate, what are their skills, what are their connections, what you have. Keep your information on your LinkedIn current. After this lecture, you can go and say, you just finished attending a lecture with IIPM. You tag IIPM on your LinkedIn on employability, skills, and something like that. You don't have to be that you got a job or you got an internship or volunteer. Just this lecture, go there and say, okay, I just finished a lecture with you tag the institute there. And it was facilitated by you tag me, tag any other person. Once people see that kind of a thing, they are most likely going to like that post. They're going to comment on that post. People will begin to follow you. Imagine when an institute, the full institute is liking your post. The full institute is following your post. The full institute is commenting on your post. Showcase achievements, your recent certification, your courses that you took, and so on and so forth. Why am I? Be authentic. Be real. Don't go and do Photoshop that we can't even recognize your picture. In a decent, clean environment, have a very decent picture there. Your skills, don't go and exaggerate. You killed a baby lion. You said you killed a cub. You said you killed a lion. No. Yes, the point is that it's a lion family you killed. Or you killed a cat. You say you killed a lion, but the cat is also the lion's family. No. That is not right. So just be real. Maintain professionalism. Don't go and post where you are drinking beer. Don't go and post things that are gender sensitive or religious sensitive or politically sensitive. That's not the place for that. There is this personality, Rain Omokri, that came and posted something about politics, and everybody lashed him That's the wrong place to. We don't need you here. Go back to your Twitter and Facebook. Okay. So understand the culture of the place. Be professional, because it's home of professionals. Use LinkedIn's profile to see your views. So know the kind of content that you post that attracts people. Most of the times, do you know why everyone's posting about job seekers? Because anything you post about just job seekers, people love it. So the second thing that people love on LinkedIn, when you bash HR, they say that HR is very bad set of people. People that bring engagement. Bring engagement, people commenting. As I see some people, they are playing to the bandwagon. They are following what you want. So they are giving you every time about a bad HR story, whether it is real or true. They are posting about job issues. Seek feedback from trusted connections on how your profile is. Get updated with LinkedIn new features. When there's a new feature of LinkedIn, use it, explore it. It doesn't hurt. Explore it. Okay? When you do that and see where it leads you to. And just try the premium account and see. Let me even see what it will be like. Actually, they say I can cancel anytime. So get feedback from your colleagues. Get feedback from your friends. Just when I made a post for this afternoon or morning, before this class, I made a post and someone chatted me up and said, there is an error in one of the line. I went immediately and edited it. So do you have such people that give you that kind of feedback instantly? In 2 minutes, I posted that thing. She had called my attention to it. Right? So this is it on analyze and adjust your profile and strategy. Get feedback. Thank you.
Wow, it has actually been so wonderful listening to Dr. Mike talking about all this whole LinkedIn thing. I trust someone has learned something about this LinkedIn. We are just looking at innovative job search strategies, right? So we will definitely have to organize another webinar that will teach us on how to use this LinkedIn and be able to craft a professional LinkedIn profile for yourself. Okay, when I actually saw Dr. Mike move to 13,000 plus followers, we're like, what exactly is happening here? Okay, so I discovered that there's something he's doing that perhaps some of us are not doing. Okay, so when it comes to LinkedIn, I think he's in a better he's in a better position to school us on this area. Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Mike, and we'd like to take 1 or 2 questions. We'll just summarize with this team the unconventional job search strategies. This is going to be our summary. And while we are looking through this, there's a question that came in the morning on how one can transition from accounting to HR. Okay, so we'll take that break and then we're done. Okay, and also please feel free to like this page, comment. Let's have your questions. Importantly, we've also posted our WhatsApp group link, so you can feel free to join us. But please, when you join, endeavor to come back. Okay, not just join and go from there. All right. So join and then come back to your class. All right. Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Mike. Can we please say thank you to Dr. Mike? Can we please say thank you to Dr. Mike? If you enjoyed that section on LinkedIn, can we please say thank you to Dr. Mike? Let's use the comment section to say thank you, Dr. Mike, for the wonderful, wonderful section. Okay, so while we are getting the thank yous, I will quickly drive us. So in the next 10 minutes, we'll be done with this section. All right. So unconventional job search strategies in 2024. Now I'm going to go through them. I know they are self-explanatory, but the essence of you joining our WhatsApp group is if you have questions, you can feel free to reach us there, and then we'll be there to answer all your questions, especially on matters that you don't understand. Okay, and then you get to have all of our updates. All right. So thank you, Dr. Mike. Please, would like to have more thank yous. Now, this area is very, very important. Unconventional job site strategies in 2024. Now, number one, do a reverse engineer your job or your dream job. So what does this mean? Instead of waiting for postings, identify your ideal company or role, research their challenges and pains, craft a targeted message showcasing how your skills specifically address those needs, and then reach out directly to hiring managers or decision makers, demonstrating initiative and value. This is very, very important. So don't wait till when there is a job listing. You can go on and start the process. Number two is for you to master informational interviews. So most of them, when you go to events, you have the opportunity to interact with other professionals. So your interaction shouldn't just be on basic networking, but you should target professionals in your desired field for in-depth conversations, and then prepare focus questions about their career paths, company culture, and current industry trends. This not only builds relationship, but also provides valuable insights and potential leads. This is very, very important. Then gamify your job search. You want to stay motivated. You want to stay encouraged all through your job search process. So you can gamify your job search. Make the process more engaging by setting goals and rewarding yourself for achievement. Track your progress. Celebrate your milestones like completed applications or informational interviews. Use online job boards or apps that incorporate gamification elements to stay updated. This is very, very important. Then the next one is for you to leverage artificial intelligence and automation tools. This is one of the most interesting sections right now, okay? Artificial intelligence tools can help us with data-driven or data that can help us make decisions, okay? So if you ask about certain jobs, they can give you insight about those jobs, all right? So use AI platform that analyze your skill and preferences to match you with suitable job openings. Tools like JobScan and LinkedIn's AI features can help you tailor your resume and optimize it for applicant tracking system. That will have the chatbots for networking. Employ AI chatbots to engage with recruiters or potential employers. Chatbots can automate initial outreach and follow-ups, increasing efficiency. When you have your WhatsApp, I encourage you to use the WhatsApp business where you can automate the messages that come by. Okay, most of all, with our automation on WhatsApp tends to stop at I'm not available at the moment. Please drop a message. But there are if you have services, if you have skills that you can offer, if you're looking for a job, you can then reach out to the person through chats. Okay, my name is so. You're reaching out to me. I do this, I do this, I do that. Okay, so what service would you want from me? Okay, even if the person is not chatting you for the purpose of jobs or what you do, for the fact that you've provided that information, it sticks to the person's memory, and one day somehow the person might need the job, it might need your services, and then get back to you. So let's try to use chatbots in our conversations. Now, create and share multimedia resumes. Try to use video resumes, infographic resumes, but as Dr. Mike says, don't just use any kind of graphics. Make sure that any graphics you're putting, you have a methodological way that you've arrived at those things, okay? Not that you just carve out a graph and you just go and place there without defining exactly how the graph came about, all right? So this is very, very important. And then in your video resumes, you can create videos of yourself, okay, and talk about what you do, what your skills are all about, and all of those things, okay? You can do that in the video resume. Now, tap into unconventional networks like your alumni networks from your previous workplaces, from your university. Some of us don't really get all of that, okay? Some of us run away from alumni. Some of us run away from alumni network, but those could be one of the most effective ways or one of the effective places to get connections and jobs. All right. Now, volunteer and non-profit organizations. One of the easiest ways to also get yourself is to offer pro bono assignments. So you can decide to volunteer. Okay. So was it yesterday? Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, July 9th specifically, I looked in my email. So I saw this email from Tony Lumelu Foundation seeking that I serve as their mentor, or I serve as a mentor to their Women for Entrepreneurship program. I've been a mentor in Tony Lumelu for some time, but when I got so busy, I decided to put that aside. So they now reached out to me again. They shortlisted me to be a mentor. And irrespective of how busy I know my schedule could be, I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to take that opportunity. And Monday, that was yesterday, I got a mail that I have 3 mentees that have been assigned to me. And the funny thing is, all of the mentees that were assigned to me, yeah, I'm a business strategist, I'm a business developer, and I'm also a licensed HR professional. I'm a management consultant. But all of this, they are all centered around making businesses work. All right. So I use my training skills, my business strategy skills, business development skills, all of the thing I do around business is all centered around making businesses to work, whether it's on strategy or people development or what have you. All right. So I decided to accept that offer because it is part of my vision to make sure that I help others succeed. Okay. And all of the people that were assigned to me, no one is from Nigeria. So perhaps I need to learn, I need to start learning languages like French, Portuguese, okay, for me to become much more relevant, especially in the aspect of consulting and coaching. Because now that the world is becoming a global village, I don't need to sit down and say it's just English people. But the good news is you volunteering expands your network. You volunteering gives you that privilege to network with more people and then get to offer more value. All right. And of course, get more recommendations. All right. Now, utilize social media creatively. Okay, Dr. Mike has already said so much about this. I'm going to just now hacking the hidden job market. Now, when it comes to job market, we have the visible job market and we have the hidden job market. The visible job market are the ones that have been advertised, the ones that have that you see on the media. Now we have the hidden job markets, and to tap into the hidden job market, you have to research the company to know what exactly they are looking out for. Okay, in fact, that is one of the most effective ways of getting a job. And then with the advent and with the technology-driven world, you don't need to go from company to company. Okay, going to LinkedIn, you can take a look. Okay, so if it is the HR of Dangote Cement that you want to talk to, when you get to LinkedIn, you can actually filter, okay, companies, Dangote, the department. Okay, if you have people in the HR department in Dangote, you find it there. Okay, you also look at is it Glassdoor? Okay, when you get to Glassdoor, you can find those things. So you can filter, find the people you want to target. Okay, and then you can communicate with them or with what we call cold emails or cold calls, cold chats, just to open up. Okay, and then you can begin to send out your resume professionally. Then utilize the emerging technologies like the virtual reality, networking, and the blockchain for credentials. These are all important, credible ways to tap into the hidden market. All right. Now, develop and promote a unique value proposition. We can't stop talking about your strong personal brand, customizing exactly what you do. All right. So personalized campaigns and unique selling propositions, they are wonderful ways to make sure that you get to have results on the things you are offering. And it is on this note, we want to say thank you to everyone. Would like to, I'm looking at questions here. So I have a question here, and the question is from Jonathan Simon. Said, what is the difference between soft skills and hard skills? In the case of a human resource officer, a beginner, what are the possible soft skills and hard skills for a HR officer? So this is from Jonathan Simon. And the first question was from Gloria. She said, how can one transition from accounting to HR? So I'm going to bring Dr. Mike back and then few answers, and then we'll be done. So Dr. Mike, please, you're welcome. Dr. Mike, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I didn't get that clearly. I think my network.
Okay, should I read the questions again?
Yes, please.
Okay, so question number one says, how can one transition from accounting to HR skills? That's question number one.
First thing I think person needs to do is to get a mentor.
Okay.
Person to get a mentor in HR first. Okay. Mentoring and coaching. There is not everything you learn in Harvard. It's not everything you learn in the classroom. It's not everything you learn in an institute that is accrediting body for HR. That's number one. So you need to get a mentor, a coach that is in the HR. Identify one, approach the person, be dedicated to learning, giving your best, giving your best foot forward. All right. That's number one way of committing yourself. Another thing you need to do is you need to start reading on HR, taking preliminary courses on YouTube, on Udemy, and any other places that are free. I encourage at that first stage, take very free courses and get to understand the basics first. Get to understand the basics. Where you have HR group, join the groups, WhatsApp group, Telegram group, Facebook group. Join and see the conversation that is going on there. Especially WhatsApp, join and Telegram rather. Join and see the kind of conversation that's going on there. What you don't understand, you ask. Maybe you're typing and you're seeing there are people are saying PIP, performance PIP. You ask them, what is PIP, please? I don't understand what is PIP. Over the weekend, I attended a course and they're saying CX men. Like, what is CX? It says customer experience. I said, okay. So when it's time to describe customer experience or customer service, I said, oh, fine. But in fact, I was a special guest, so they expected that I should know. All right. So, but I was not shy to ask what it means. The fourth step, it will not be to come to an institute like ours and do what? And take our course on HR. So you must have gotten, of course, your mentor will be there to guide you. Don't just on your own go and look for one institute and take. I see people doing that mistake. When you ask them, have you taken a course on HR? I say, yes, there's one course I saw on Facebook. One lady was doing it. There are so many people now that are sharks in the HR field. I call them sharks because they're just preying on people like this who genuinely want to come to the HR. They say, come and take my course. You are in the HR. That's not true. Most of those courses does not certify anybody to practice as HR. It really gives you knowledge. It's an added knowledge. Like me, I can go and take that course if I feel like I need knowledge. But it doesn't certify me to practice as HR. So I think these are the 4 or 5 key things that you should do. What's the next question, sir?
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Mike. So get a mentor, take at least start with the courses that are free, okay? Then you can go on to getting professional certifications.
And join WhatsApp groups.
Okay, join WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups where you learn about these things, okay? And good enough, we've also shared our WhatsApp link, so please feel free to join us there and get all the updates. Now, the next question is from Jonathan Simon. He said, what is the difference between soft skills and hard skills? And in the case of a human resource officer, a beginner, what are the possible soft skills and hard skills for HR?
Okay, so soft skills are the things you can't see, you can't feel. That's just the lowest I can go in the definition. So you talk about negotiation skills, communication skills, strategic thinking skills, okay, leadership skills. Those skills clearly you can't, it's not something you do outside, it's not something you use physical action to do. But hard skills are those ones that use physical action to do. One of the typical example is how to use a system, how to drive, okay, how to play chess, for instance. their skills, or their hard skills, how to play football, table tennis. Those are skills. When you're playing a game like football, you're using both your soft and hard skills. You're using your legs, your chest, your head, your knee, your toes to play. Whereas you're also using your brain to know, okay, should I do a crossing, or should I take a shot at the post, or should I just do a back pass or forward pass? Do you understand? So that's soft and hard skill. That's a typical example of soft and hard skill.
Okay, Mr. Simon, you've heard the soft and hard skills. So in simple definition, any skill that you cannot touch or feel, you cannot touch, is a soft skill. Hard skills are the ones you can touch or feel. So most often, soft skills are behavioral skills, while hard skills are technical skills. Most often, soft skills are behavioral skills, while hard skills are technical skills. So if you come to a field, those ones that require that you master a particular art in a field, for instance, the skill of report writing in HR is a hard skill, it's not a soft skill. But your ability to listen attentively, okay, and be able to know what to impute in the report is a soft skill. Communication can be soft or hard, dependent on where you are playing. So if you're the one writing the report, it is hard skill you're doing. If you're listening to whatever thing that is being done, it is a soft skill. Then you also look at every aspect of HR. There's an element of soft and there's an element of hard. So if it is recruitment, the ability for you to go and develop job descriptions, job specifications, job design, and then you sit on the table, interview people, those are hard skills, okay? But there's also an aspect of behavior that you need as a person to be able to run those things. So the soft ones, you don't see them. Hard ones, they are the ones you see. You can use them technically. Yeah, let me use the word technical skills. All right, so there's another question here from Michael. So this is another Michael. He said, how do I improve on my project management and real estate career? Please recommend courses and certifications. Okay. Okay. So Dr. Mike, do you have recommendations?
Oh, that will be for you. Please, you can.
Okay. All right. So by privilege, I'm a project management professional, and I think when it comes to consulting, one of my major areas is project management, if not the number one. Okay. All right. So question on how do you improve on your project management skills? So I will still go by the basic rules or basic principles that Dr. Mike has laid down. Number one, get a mentor. Okay. Number two, start learning gradually. So you can start learning from basic courses that won't cost you that much or that are free. Okay. Then the more you learn, the more you begin to see need to either go deep into it. Now, one thing with project management is that you advance by practice. You don't advance just by doing, you advance by practice. So for everything you learn in project management, you must find a way to put it to work. If not, you will not get the benefit of it. Okay. And of course, we understand that project management is the fastest growing career as far as today is concerned. Project management, everybody is expected to be a project manager or have project management skills, including HR professionals. Okay, including HR professionals. So you need to get a mentor, join groups where you can learn practically, okay, and learn from basic to becoming much more professional, and then take courses from free ones to the ones you can pay gradually, and then the day you will want to write the professional one, you can go ahead and write the professional ones. And then recommendation of courses, you have the project management certification courses. In IPM, we have the basic courses in project management. You have the associate courses in project management. You have the project management professional courses. You have agile project management certifications, and many of them. You also have certifications that are not from outside of IPM. You still have many more. You have Scrum Master, certifications. You have business analysis, project business analyst, and several others. Okay, risk project manager, schedule project manager, cost project manager, and a whole lot of them. So you may also want to find out, by the time you start taking courses in project management, you may want to find out which area of project management you want to specialize, because the field of project management is big. It's big, and it's not something you can say only you are all around in all aspects of project management. No, that would be an impossible task. But you can now begin to mirror down until you get to that particular aspect you want to get to. All right. Okay, do I have any other question? Any other comment? Any other question, comment? Because we'll be shutting down in a moment. This happens to be a 2-hour discussion, and we have exhausted our 2 hours. So we want to thank you so much. Before we go off, you can also join IPM as an institute. You can be a student member of the institute. You can apply as a student member of the institute. You can as well apply a graduate member of the institute. Now, when you join our WhatsApp group that have been posted, the links will be posted so that you can identify which areas you want to be. As a student member, you must be an undergraduate student of a recognized institution, whether in Nigeria or outside of Nigeria. And then for you to be a graduate member, you must be a fresh graduate with a degree, HND or equivalent, with less than 3 years of work experience. Now, if you have above 3 years of work experience, we don't consider you as a graduate member again. Rather, you are now an associate member. Okay, so we have this for those coming in as students or as graduate members. Now, what are the benefits you get to enjoy here? We have very interesting benefits that you get to enjoy by being a member of IPM, either as a student member or as a graduate member. Now, as a student member, you have access to educational resources and materials, networking opportunities, professional development workshops. You now need a mentor, and you think you can trust the institute. Of course, you can trust the institute to be to provide you with mentors. All right. Okay, so that will be an exclusive offer. The invitations to exclusive events and seminars, mentorship programs, discounts on courses and certifications, then eligibility for student member awards and recognition. Now, as a graduate member, you have opportunity to access our enhanced professional networks. IPM is privileged to have members from all quarters of life, from public service to private service, from top management to students. Okay, so we have members across boards. Okay, so you can have access to that professional network. And then you also have career advancement opportunities, advanced professional development, and volunteering opportunities, discounts of professional services, membership in professional community. All these are benefits that you get to enjoy by being a member. Now, what does it cost you to be a member? For a student member, you're expected to pay a token of 35,000 naira or a discounted fee of 25,000 naira on or before July 20th, and you get to enjoy all of these benefits. Okay, and then as a graduate member, you have 50,000 or $50 or 35,000 naira or $55 on or before July 20th. All right. Now, our induction for this quarter is coming up August 8th. So you can also join us in the induction that is coming up, so that you can have your membership certificate. Now, one glorious thing or one great thing about this membership is that as a student member or as a graduate member, you have the opportunity to access our professional master course on consulting. Okay, so you get to have a certificate in management consulting. Okay, so you prepare yourself for management consulting or for management positions. Okay, that prepares you. And then you don't have to pay any other dime for that. You don't need to pay anything for that. You pay for your membership, and you have opportunity for 2 certifications. You have your membership, and then you have certificate in management consulting. And that's going to take place from August 6th to August 8th. However, if you want to get hold of the discounts, then you can enjoy 25,000 naira for student member or $25, and then 35,000 naira for graduate members. All right. Now, for those of us that are working class already, if you're a working class person, you're already working, you have up to 4 years experience and above. All right. So we invite you also to join us in our special membership induction. For graduate, for associate members, you have the privilege of 85,000 naira as an associate member on or before July 20th. Now, after July 20th, your fee is 100,000. Then for full member, you have the benefit of $100,000. After July 20th is 120,000. And then for fellow is 150,000 or $150 as a discount. And afterwards, after July 20th is 185,000. Now, the information for payment is available on the screen there, so you can see pay to all of the payments can be made to this particular things. Now, the question people ask is, what's the difference between student and graduate member, or perhaps membership for non-working and membership for working class? Now, we provide tailored solutions to each of these. So before you start choosing as a graduate member or a student member, we've already provided the guidance there. And then for you to become an associate, you need at least 4 to 8 years, 4 to 7 years working experience. 4 to 8 years working experience. And then as a full member, you need 9 to 14 years working experience. For you to become a full member, 9 to 14 years working experience. And then as a fellow, you need 15 years plus working experience. So these are the differences, and all of the needs for this different group of people are tailored accordingly. All right. Now, we also have some of our programs coming up very shortly. We have certificate course in executive leadership development and innovation management coming up July 25th to 27th. Now, for members, you can get that course at 24,850, and non-members 34,850. They will have certificate course in management consulting 6 to 8. Now, if you're paying for induction, you don't need to pay for the second course. You get it absolutely free. All right. And then for September 17 to 28, we'll have certificate course in human resource management and administration, and you can have the full benefit of these programs. All right. Now, if you have any question, if you have any comment, please feel free to send us your questions, your comment. One more time, we are going to drop the information of our YouTube, of our WhatsApp link. Please feel free to join us there, and then we'll provide you with all the information. One more time, thank you so much. We are glad and grateful that you made it to this section today. And from me, it has been an awesome time. And we'll be calling it a timeout from here. Thank you so much, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.